Apologies for the glare in my glasses. Anyway, hopefully you won't be looking at me too much. Not sure why that's still there, but anyway. So slowly we're getting things organised better in our new Lincolnshire home. So this is the start of a new Sandra makes. So I'm not sure how much I'll get through or how quickly, but I'll make a start. So now that the goba, the goba is no longer in the garage, so I can finally get to the boxes outside where I had various wool that I picked up for projects that I've not used yet. And I've probably got enough wool for the next 2 years, but anyway, oops. I just kind of picked up things cheap as and when, and then it got a bit busy last year. So so now that Neil's cleared out these units here, I'm going to organise my wool and put them into the different sections by type and colour and so on, so that when I do a project, I know what wool I've got that I could work with, which will be great, and it'll clear a little bit more space in the garage. And then tomorrow we're going to do a bit more of a sort out. So anyway, so that'll be interesting. So we just ran out of time and decent weather to sort out before the goba went in over winter, and there just wasn't a lot of room to swing a cat in there with the goba in there as well. I want to get more gardening done tomorrow, and I'm definitely going to run out of day as we go through. So I thought I'll make a start on this tonight. So anyway, so I'm rambling on a bit. So basically, got space, woohoo, and we've got different bits of wool, mostly natural wool, because I've found I really prefer working with natural wool. There's one or two bits, a few bits that my daughter gave me as well. There are other things, and some of it's in balls and some of it's not, and so anyway, so I'm going to have a little sort out while it's quiet and see how far we get. And when I've done that, I'll show you. I've got another remnant which is really lovely colours, but it's very fine wool, so it's been a bit tricky to work with. But I've been making another hat with that, not for myself but a larger hat for someone else, again just to use up that bit of wool at least, because I can work through that quite quickly now. So I do need to start thinking about things other than hats soon. But and then I did make, well, I started as a scarf, but I might make it into I don't know what they're called. There's no bit anyway. Is it snood or something like that anyway? So that would go quite nicely with the hat that I gave to my daughter. So I might just see if she fancies that, or keep it till next winter. So it'd be lovely, snug and warm when it's done. We're not quite finished that as well. And then if there's time, I will be doing some baking, but that's a big if. That might have to be, well, we'll see how we do for time, basically. So keep watching, and I will be with you soon. So I'm quite pleased with how that went. And as you can see, apart from getting my wool sorted out, I found my long missing summer hat, which apparently spent the winter in the garage. Anyway, it's all good. Now I know where it is, I can put it somewhere sensible. Lovely. So if you have a look down here, we have some much more organised wool. So yeah, so I'm quite pleased with that. Next time I'm having a think what to have a go at next. I'll know what I've got. Part of the reason I've got so much is that obviously my mum Barbara used to be a very, very keen knitter and crocheter, and she's done amazing things considering it's quite difficult for her now. But she went through a phase of buying a load of wool and then deciding it wasn't working for her, either the colour or the texture or various things. So in true mum style, it got passed on to me. So it's like, it's not, I probably have a bit more than I should, but it's just my stock and also my mum Barbara's cast-offs, as it were. So and then I've got a couple of fleeces in the garage as well, and yeah, hopefully this summer I'll actually have time to turn the fleeces into some wool, which would be amazing. So the other thing on my personal wish list, this keeps getting put on the back burner, but anyway, now the weather's better, this may actually happen. But this box here, so this is the various bits of spinning wheel, and one of the suggestions with this was that possibly it's quite old, so possibly if the wood's dried out a bit, that might be why it's not all fitting together as snugly as it should. So especially there's a mechanism that should allow the spinning part to tension, so you move it nearer and further from the wheel. It's all a little bit wobbly at the moment, so it's worth a try. So I've got this conditioning oil, but you need a good hot, well not hot, at least sunny dry day to get outside and just paint it all over, and it'll help the wood plump up a bit more, so it might all fit a bit more snug and a bit tighter if I try that. Failing that, I might need some advice from a qualified carpenter who knows what they're doing. So anyway, so I might be able to look out for a carpenter soon. We shall see. And then the plan B is that my mum has a friend who might be able to let me have their spinning wheel that they don't use anymore, that might be working better than this one, and then I can maybe hand this on to someone that might be able to get it working again. We'll see. Anyway, so, but yeah, I could hand spin all that wool, but that would take a really long time, and yeah, never enough hours and all that. So I always remember my dad saying there's so much more I want to do, and I'm just never going to run out of time. Yeah, so, but anyway, it's all good fun. It's all good fun. Fabulous. So, so that's my little wool update. So I'm quite pleased. I think that looks a lot tidier, and I think it's going to be a lot easier to find my stuff, and hopefully, yeah, this was agreed with Neil and all that, so hopefully he's happy with it as well. So the conservatory is also looking a lot tidier, which is brilliant. So we are steadily making progress, I think. slowly. Yeah. Anyway. Lovely. Okie doke. So I'm going to finish there for now, and we'll have another catch up very soon. Hi, so another day, a weekend day, and time to get a bit more sorted out at home. Fantastic for me. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. It's March now, obviously, so it's time to be planting more seeds. I'm a little bit tight on space already, but I'd like to get a few things going, and a few things that'll end up in the greenhouse. And then there's a few bits which are in pots from last winter, so I'll just quickly run through those. So the Cheveril came from Manchester. I'm not sure it survived, but it's nothing come up yet. The marjoram has survived, so I might pop that in somewhere. This was a small leaved thyme and a little succulent that'll probably go in the rockery near the pond. Oh, that's an escapee. This was a sage plant, but I've got another sage plant in the new in the new raised bed area already, but I might pop that in the garden somewhere. Then I've got a couple of do you know what, I forgot myself now. There's a couple of herbs at the back. I think they were salvias, I think, but scented ones, I'm not sure, so maybe pop those in somewhere. This was the old original scented geranium, and it has survived the winter, which is great. So hopefully that'll come back again and I'll be fine here. And then that was a hyssop. I don't think that's hyssop, I think that's an escapee from Manchester. Not sure what that is, but I might pop it in somewhere. And the chives have grown back quite well, so I can pop those straight outside. So I didn't think that would come back, so I've actually planted more chive seedlings, so I'm not quite sure what I'll do with those. The shallots are coming on quite well. I only got one mild chilli that germinated, but I might still get some more at some point. And no sign of the loofahs yet. Anyway, so I'm going to start with some more seeds, hopefully, but I just need to get in the garden and dig out more bulbs from the front, which I'll show you next. So here I'm outside now, so I've started to tidy this up after work, but it still gets dark relatively early, so I've not made great progress. I have done some, so I've been going around the edges, and basically it's just, I mean, I do like grape hyacinth, but there are just far too many, and it's not just this border, so still this to finish off. And this border, again, I've started here, but it is absolutely full of them. So yeah, so they're just really badly need thinning out. So I'm going to crack on with that. Slow progress. So I've been going along the edge of the border with the spade just to start digging out all these grape hyacinth. So I've done a little bit more on that side, but I've mainly been going down this edge here. So been probably about an hour. It doesn't look that different, but it is slowly getting better. Anyway, and then I just spotted when Neil moved the adria, it will recover, but that was my poor chrysanthemums that got a bashing. Then what's he like? Anyway, they'll live. And then for some reason out on the roadside we've got a bit of a dip in the grass. So just as I'm digging out anyway, I thought I might as well put some of the clippings out. It'll help build up the bank on that side, and then it'll eventually just grass over again. So that's my plan with these very, very many grape hyacinths. So many. So I just had a little breather from the digging up of the great many grape hyacinths from the front garden. There's a couple of other jobs I'm trying to catch up with. I'm still hoping to plant some seeds before I finish, but anyway. So I mentioned I had a small amount of this wool left from a previous hat making project, so I might as well just make another similar hat. So that's coming along nicely. So I've got about another inch to do before I start bringing in the crown, so I'm still working on that. So this one is it's for somebody with a bigger head than me, but I've got quite a small head, so I'm hoping that I can find a home for that. It's just really, when I'm quiet, I just do a little bit. It's just to use up that bit of wool, really. I did start off all these oyster mushrooms, if you remember, a couple of weeks ago or so. So they've been growing. So I had them in the
shed at the back at first, but it got very cold again, so I brought them back inside, and I've been spraying them regularly as you're meant to do. So just to give you an idea what they look like. So that's how they're looking at the moment. As you can see, hopefully the white growth on the straw. But however, should have read the instructions, which I normally do, but I didn't this time. So actually they provided this huge bag and then an outer bag, so you're meant to make like a big sausage and then do layers of the different types. So I'm thinking maybe I will do that. So I boiled up more straw, I added boiling water to more straw, left it soaking, so that's down there. So a task just feels like a bit overwhelming, and it's not even that hard, and just like just do it. So I think I will just quickly do that. So just need to make my sausage, packing all the straw, and then I'll just do layers of the 3 different mushroom types, and then yeah, it's just a question for keeping it growing. So I'm going to do that next, I think, and get it done and out of the way. So onwards. Oh yeah, I've done a little bit more tidying up as well. So yeah, so Neil's done a video showing how we've had another big clear out in the garage, and I've had a bit of a tidy up in here as well, so I've now got room for my willow. So yep, so again, slightly tidier in here, and then hopefully I'll get a few seeds done before dark. What rat is barking at me? Right, okay. Onwards. So I've got my mushroom sausage, as it were. So it's about 1 kilogram of straw, and then soaked straw, layer of oyster mushrooms, soaked straw, layer of oyster mushroom, etc. So I've got 3 layers of oyster mushroom, ending in soaked straw, cable tied the end, and then you need to now cut kind of crisscross so there's place for the mushrooms to grow out. There's actually some starting to sprout here, so I'll make sure I put one there for sure, but let me just do that now because they're starting to grow already, and gives them room to pop out. So try and do it without damaging the mushroom. Okay, and then we need a few more of these, so probably one there. Start as one. So I'll probably put more where more of the growth is. Anyway, I need to do quite a few more of these, and then it'll go in the bag just to keep it moist inside, and then tie that off, and then you can also spray every once in a while as well. So I've been spraying every day or 2 just to keep everything moist inside. It smells very mushroomy. Excuse the hair, it's got very breezy. Anyway, so I've one front flower border taking out most of the grape hyacinth, and it's taken a long time, and it may not look like I've done that much, but just to give you some idea of the scale of what I've dug out. So and there's more on the other side as well. So anyway, work in progress, but I'm happy with what I've done so far. So this is the border that I've cleared so far. And this is the one that I'm still working on. So it starts off better, and then yes. So this is the current challenge, but I didn't want to dig everything out because I know there's in the other bed there's definitely was a lupin in there, there's definitely a dahlia in there, I've got some pinks in there, there's going to be tulips coming up, and there's forget-me-nots in there and a few different things, and I'm starting to plant more things in as well. So there's actually nestling in there some geums, which are the so that was some of the ones that I grew from plug plants last year in the greenhouse, and finally got those in, so they should take off and look quite nice when they're grown a bit more and flower. So I think at this stage I'm going to say ta-ra for now. I'm a little bit out of puff. I'm going to carry on, but might need a quick cup of tea and a breather first. I'm going to start thinking about tea in the not too distant future. So Neil's made good progress in the garage there, so quite a productive day. Yeah, I may just show you. I did do a little bit while I was on a mission. There was another load of grape, hyacinth, and also too many bluebells in this corner. So I've taken a few out from there as well. Anyway, so as I said, thanks so much for watching if you've managed to follow it all the way through so far. I really would like to do some baking for the next Sandra makes, so do watch out for a baking vlog very soon, which I'm quite excited about. In the meantime, I just need to crack on with the garden. I will need to sort of plant some seeds as well, but yeah, hopefully during the week I can still crack on and do a few of those as well. So it's still only about halfway through March, so there's still time on the seed front. I did also pop in, sorry I didn't show you that, there was just the one chive plant from last year which has sprung up in the greenhouse, so I popped that in. So I've got my chive plant now next to the rosemary. So yeah, the garlic, and sadly the garlic is hanging on but not looking too healthy. So it's been nibbled, it's been quite cold and frosty. Whether it'll pick up, I don't know. But anyway, we shall see. So yes, again, if you've enjoyed this, do give us a like down below. Subscribe is always very welcome, and if you put any comments, we do try our best to reply to all the comments because we do really appreciate everyone watching. So many thanks again, and hopefully see you all very soon on the next Sandra Makes. Ta-ra.